Hey guys, this is Sparthanex here, back with another Saturday recap. Um, and yeah, I mean, we just have to figure out something else to build, because we did this last week, and I thought that was cool to do. A little fish pipe dream, I called it. No, it's only there we go. Wasn't letting me swim. There we go. Get out of there. We got a little wolf haven. Thankfully, they can no longer see Polly over here, so Polly is safe. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna find the next thing we're gonna do after we fix this, actually, because it seems we missed some glowstone. No, slash fill there to there with glowstone. Then from here to here with glowstone. Bam! Now it's all lit up. Let's do over here. We got a nice small area we could do a plot in. Let's do this right here. Now, you know, actually, we'll do an odd shape one. Doesn't need to be a square every time. And we'll just build a little house out of an odd shape. That sounds nice. Yeah. So, we on Monday did a little bit of, let's bring up the menu here. On Monday, we did some Spore with Magnesium Man. On Tuesday, we did some Dino Diviners where we were trading stuff. Wednesday was some more trading. Thursday was our normal forest videos, which I had to edit together. Friday, I just recorded today, because I didn't record everything I needed to. And yeah, so I mean, it was just the week was mainly filled with trading as we're going to move to the new version of Minecraft, modded for that. So we're going to see how that all goes for us. Seeing as we have the possibility of a nice little just kind of a nice fresh start out of a series that's already existed, you know, a nice fresh view on the world we got, you know, because we'll be getting a new one, you know, just like it's like going on a date and pretending you and your lover are just met again, you know, trying like going on a date where you first met and then going later to another place or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to find out something that somebody might relate to. So we're gonna go slash fill from here to here with oak planks. From here to here, oak planks. And we're just going to fill this in normally. But one thing that was brought to my attention by somebody that I see on the daily at school, maybe not every single day, but I do see them relatively often, and they watch some of my videos at least, and I'm actually happy about that. They pointed out to me that it seems that I record for too long on most of my videos, and I was just like, okay, what do you mean by that? And they explained that, you know, some of my videos were too long and said that they were too hard to digest. when it came to the amount of content that was in a video. And I was like, okay, so maybe I should try checking out how long my videos actually are for people. And so I watched one of my videos back, and I didn't really see what they meant. I mean, unless you guys really want to point that out to me, like in some way, shape, or form, that I record for too long, or my videos are too long, or that I try to push some series more than another, I'm open to hear what you guys have to say, and I love it. I love getting feedback from people, regardless if they watch my channel or they just want to give me some tips and hints about, I know that Minecraft is kind of still not really the best game to play, but it's a game I've always played, so or always loved. I used to, before I even owned Minecraft, I used to watch Minecraft YouTubers all the time. There was even a point after I got Minecraft where I still watched Minecraft YouTubers more than I played Minecraft, because I wasn't having as much fun as people said there was, but that was because I didn't realize that you needed friends, of which I had none. I was a very lonely Derg, sorry. But yeah, it was just kind of odd to kind of look back at that and just go, huh. That's how it was, huh? For me, when it came to, how my channel really started. It was back when Minecraft videos were the thing to watch, They were like, you would see a YouTuber that had like daily Minecraft videos or something like that. And they'd be like a million subscribers in, and everybody's like, they are going places, and then it became, an obscure game for a little while. And then, well, it was obscure first, then it became the game to watch. If you didn't watch Minecraft YouTubers, you were, not cool. And then it went through this whole phase of people started hating it because of its popularity. Which any game that gets popular has that phase, but Minecraft had it in a bad way, and I say that as in Minecraft had it in a way that was like, people hated it because at first because of the voxel style, and then people hated it for again, popularity reasons, and popular games seem like a waste of money to some people, because it's like, you should play the obscure games. And that was when indie games really had their rise in popularity again. That was like, I would say, I agree that there are some indie games out there that really needed that spotlight, and they really did well. I mean, I remember when FNAF was the indie game that was, like, ooh, everybody's interested in this, because there seems to be more behind the mask of just a simple horror game. And that became the normality, though. I mean, eventually, there were all the copies and stuff like that, and the style of just where, it used to be like horror games would be a thing where you had full control over your character, and you would have to move around and avoid, the enemies. But instead, for stuff like when FNAF was out, when FNAF was the thing, it was the fact that you had no control over movement or anything. You were stuck in one position for an entire night, and you had to, survive against the animatronics coming after you. And it was like, it terrified people. It genuinely terrified people. And I remember watching my friends that had it on their phones flip out when one of the characters got to them, and they were just like sitting there going, oh my god, because they didn't expect to be gotten by Golden Freddy or anything like that, because they didn't look Freddy the whole time, and they're like, oh no, or whatever you did to get Golden Freddy. I didn't really know for the entirety of the time that it was popular. I only knew that Golden Freddy existed, and I saw my friend get attacked by him. That was about it. That's about all I knew about, really, Golden Freddy then. It was just kind of, like odd time for like any big game company to see all these like indie games that they would usually overshadow get all this attention for a while, and then to see it die down must have been like a big old sigh of relief for those companies, but at the same time it must have been kind of sad for all those indie developers to watch their glory phase kind of fade away after such a short amount of time. That because those indie games, they were popular for a good while, and I think they got their stand in the spotlight for as long as they really needed it. Because there are some really good indie developers out there that really do well in their game creation and try to involve the people that would play the games in it and everything like that. And it just kind of fit. It was just kind of that's how people saw indie games for a while, was that if you were as good as FNAF or Bendy and the Ink Machine, Batum, which if you guys have ever seen the acronym, it's literally just BATIM. That was the Bendy and the Ink Machine one, which I actually didn't know till like yesterday, because I watched somebody's one of 8-Bit Ryan's old videos where he is playing some like really bad horror games, like the ones with like terrible reviews because they were obviously produced and they tried to eventually be they were planning on being one of those ones that just made a bunch of money. And you could tell because it was all like they didn't spend much money on anything. They just tried to make it so that the story sounded like convincing to be a actual hit horror game, and then they just disappeared after capitalizing on it. But there's some that didn't get through testing. They were just like, okay, you know what, we've spent money on this, but we didn't do any well at all, so we're just gonna cancel it. And that's how it ended up being for some horror games and stuff, which we're all glad that some, like all those really cheap ones that were just companies trying to jump on, or small companies that were not making any money whatsoever because they haven't made a single game in like 80 years, pretty much, and they're just like, okay, we'll make what looks like a indie horror game because nobody knows our name anymore, or nobody knows the name that we claimed to ourselves many a year ago. And then you just kind of get that emptiness from them because it just feels like you could tell that they just spent money on it. And it was weird because like one had a total like almost rip-off level of just that's how much of the Bendy the Ink Machine it was like it almost felt like you were playing Bendy when you're watching it. Like, I've never played Bendy. I've watched plenty of people playing it. I think that's what he said at one point in the video. It's just he felt like he was playing Bendy the Ink Machine just because of how much of a cop out of it felt like. Or how much of a copycat it felt like. That looks nice, I guess. But yeah, it was weird. It was a weird time for everyone, I'd say. There were some people that I knew that kind of just, you know, tried to make money off it. I mean, that's just how companies are. You can't be a company if you don't make money off of stuff. Because you can't be a company if there is no money. Because then you just are poor and your budgets are nothing. I mean, you can't make something out of nothing when it comes to money. Like, Scott had the skills to make the game, and that's what really sold him to people, was that he had the skills to make the games and had the skills to make them interesting without needing a huge dev team. I mean, it was, if you look at how the games actually were, they were really just images moving, and that was how it was. That's how they were made. That's how they were made to move. It was literally just moving images, or images changing, you know, from like, oh, Freddy's in this room, now he's in this room. It would be just a PNG of Freddy in one room that has a transparent background, so that it, you know, shows through that it's Freddy only, and then you'd get, you know, a PNG of Foxy in this room. I'm gonna put some nice blue orchids, red tulips, and poppies, and then we're gonna get bone meal as well, so that we can decorate the grass outside. And I know this is not a relatively nice looking place, but it's what we got here. Put that like that. I mean, if you got it, when it comes to indie developers, if you got it, do it, man. Like, there's some people out there that really still want, you know, that are still making these indie style games, like, that are, you know, actually like developers that have never tried anything before, and the whole uprising of indie developed games getting their just huge massive spotlight for a while, where they, you know, completely were the thing to look at, to find, to watch, to play, and then it shrunk down after a while. Which, I mean, that's what you expect with any game in general. Just, it's going to die down eventually. Because nothing lasts forever, and that's just how it is. And that's how it was for a lot of indie developers that tried to be the cool kids with the big old K. You know, it was a weird time for everyone that was interested in the stuff and watched the YouTube videos of YouTubers getting terrified by stuff like that and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, those days are over, and that's just how it is. I mean, they're not really over. It just depends on whether or not you actually think that it's over. Like, if you want it to be over, it's over. If you don't, it's not. You know, because it matters on what you watch. And yeah, you deal with, like, for like me, it comes to like the oddity that is a lot of these games that really got their shine and luster from little things like I don't know, like Bendy and the Ink Machine totally could have been unpopular if it came out this year, but it wasn't. It was relatively popular. It did well for itself, and people loved it, and that's just how it is. But anyways, guys, that is our. Let's go over here and look at this because this is the most recent one. I didn't put the date. Okay, so this is the 25th build. So what was the 24th? It was this, right? 24th build. I didn't put the date on that either. 23rd build was okay. So we need to put 3/9/2019. I almost put 2018. And then 7. No, this is 14 days later. So this is 2000. This is a 20. This is 3/9/2019. And then over here is 3. No, that's 2. 3. 7 days later is 16, right? I'm still looking, sorry. Yes, that is 16th, and this is the 23rd episode. I mean, episode that goes on the 23rd. It's definitely not the episode that is the 23rd. This is not the 23rd episode. I mean, this is semi-standard Minecraft house. 26th build 3/23/2019. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. But until then, guys, we got a little fish in there. Nice bed. Little station for stuff. Crafting table and a jukebox. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Holding a sign. Not holding a sign. Goodbye.